Hey, welcome to the Artie Quitter podcast. An old friend is back, and Hanzi, it's Hanzi. Everybody knows Hanzi. Hanzi, are you there?
Hello?
Hanzi.
Yo.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah. You gave Dan 2 numbers to call because you fall asleep.
I called back.
No, but why are you sleeping right now?
Because I
You work nights?
Yeah, I work nights, man.
Why are you sleeping? You're a grown man. Why are you sleeping? At 7:30? What time is it? You're in Toronto, right? 7:30. Why are you sleeping?
I woke up early in the morning and then
to do what?
I was trying to get in the habit of working up early in the morning. I don't know, man.
Oh, okay. Now what's okay? So you're 35, right? How old are you?
I'm 32. You fucking.
Okay, 32. Now, how long do you think in life it'll be until you get into the habit of waking up early?
Is this why you had me on? So you
No. I'm just trying to help you, like I always did. So you're saying once you master getting up early, then you can look for a job.
No, and hopefully looking as white as you, maybe I can fuck up so many times that people can just give me countless chances.
So you think the reason I get a lot of chances because I'm white?
Yeah. Well, I mean, if trust me, because if you're a Cat Williams right now, right, you're going to be getting any chances right now. You know what I mean? Like,
no, Cat Williams is a maniac.
Oh, okay, and you're not, right?
Well, I mean, evidently. What's to stop Cat Williams from doing a podcast in his bedroom?
I mean, a guy who dresses up as a pig and goes to, I don't know, a different area to go get drugs while he's dressed up as a pig, and then fights cops.
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably more mental than Cat Williams is. Let's be real.
Well, let me explain something to you. First of all, I had to dress like a pig. You're naturally like that, so that might be your problem. Second of all. I was on a TV show, and they kept me because I guess I was funny enough to keep. Not because I'm white. Not because I'm white, you idiot. They don't keep somebody who's not funny if no matter what color they are. I think Cat Williams is hilarious, but evidently there's something going on with him to where he's not working. He could sell tickets to a show, and he could do whatever he wants.
Exactly. Cat Williams is 10 times funnier than you.
So go ahead, and you weigh 10 times more than him.
Oh wow, Artie, you got more fat jokes. You got more fat. Wait, hold on. You've been preparing for the whole at least a couple hours.
No, I don't think.
How many fat jokes did Dan Filato write for you?
First of all, Hanzi. The only one I think about you 30 seconds before we talk.
Yeah. I'm sure.
I was watching television. Dan goes, "We have to call Hanzi." I'm like, "Oh Christ." So.
Okay. Who do you have in the background pretending to laugh at your jokes?
That's Dan. He's laughing like everybody else is laughing.
No, Artie, no one laughs at your jokes anymore, Artie.
Well, that's why I'm working.
No, Artie, you're a hack. Okay,
shut up. Hanzi, shut up, you idiot. Let's get to the bottom of why you're banned from the radio again. I'm a hack.
No,
you're such a moron. What do you know about a hack?
No.
You live in your basement. You fat fuck! It's 4:20. Are you smoking weed with your buddies?
Yo, Artie, don't interrupt me.
Go ahead, idiot.
Yo, faggot.
You're a moron.
Yo, faggot.
Let's talk about Howard. Let's talk about why you got thrown off of Howard.
No, asshole. Don't take your anger out at me.
I don't have any anger.
No, asshole. Don't interrupt me. Keep your fucking mouth shut for a minute.
Go right ahead.
No. You piece of shit. Keep your mouth shut for a second.
But I'm white. I can do whatever I want.
Keep your mouth shut for a second.
White people talk what we want.
Keep your fucking mouth shut for a second.
You're brown.
Don't ever talk. Don't interrupt me. I'm the boss right now. Keep your fucking mouth shut.
You're a moron.
Keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut, Artie.
But you're brown. You don't tell me what to do. I'm white.
No,
remember?
I don't care.
Remember? Go ahead.
No, trust me.
Go ahead, Hanzi. Go ahead. You have the floor. Go ahead.
No.
Just don't fall through it. Go ahead. I'm sorry. It's 4:20.
Yo, Filato. How much fucking Artie jizz you have in your fucking mouth, you fucking faggot?
Well, if you had contact with another human being, maybe they'd be laughing.
No. Artie, I don't need people to pretend to put me over, Artie. I don't need people to pretend to put me over.
Maybe your mother's hand will laugh if she's putting food under the door.
No, Artie, why don't you admit that you're angry at me because you can't come out of the closet? Because in jail, you got raped in your ass.
I don't
You
understand.
can't admit that.
Yeah, that's your theory.
So you're fucking angry about getting
very
raped in your ass, and you fucking have this racist tendency, and you have this hatred for fucking gay
I mean, no, I don't like you. Are you gay too?
No, I'm not gay.
Well, you said I hate you because you're gay now and brown or what?
No.
Why do I hate you? Because you're gay? I don't hate you because I think it's fine that you're gay.
No.
You just said I hate you because you're gay. What are you talking about?
No.
First of all, thank you for doing that on my show. Danzy's gay. Well,
no, Artie, you're gay because you got raped in the ass.
No. Well, that's being raped.
No, you got raped in the ass, right?
How dare you make fun of that?
You got traded for a pack of smokes.
Okay.
And a Mexican.
Who's a hack now?
Mouth,
Who's a hack now? That bit. Someone gave a
40-year-old
40-year-old prison bit.
No, a Mexican came in your mouth, right?
Go right ahead.
No, a Mexican came in your mouth.
Hanzi, it's 420.
No.
Now, is that the reason you stay the weight 420 because you're into weed?
No, but Mexican. No, tell me, did a Mexican come in your mouth though?
Is that the reason? Yes, several did. Now let's go on.
No, it's like, see.
Do you want what is my part in this? What is my part in this comedy bit?
Asshole. You're making fun of me, but you'll never make fun of Howard, even though he tried to kill you, basically.
Right, he tried to kill me.
And you're too
I'm sure he tried to kill me.
No, you're too much of a pussy to fucking badmouth Howard, even though he killed you, and he probably
killed me.
He probably
you're right. I might be in hell if this is the conversation.
No, and he probably fucked your ex-girlfriend, probably.
Yeah,
I guarantee you fucked
exactly
your ex-girlfriend.
That's exactly what happened. All right, well, are you done with your theories, Tubby?
Artie, Howard probably fucked Dana, probably. He probably did.
Yeah, right. I'm the only one who fucked Dana by dating her.
No.
Now listen, let's go on.
Dana didn't like you though. Dana didn't like you. She only used you for the.
Hanzi, let's talk about all the broads you fucked because I have a second to kill.
I didn't fuck any broads. I'm a loser. I'm a loser. Artie.
Well, now you're talking sense.
See, I came here to have a peaceful conversation.
All right, well, let's calm down and have one.
No. Fuck you. Don't. I'm done with this conversation. Fuck you, because you obviously came with this fucking.
No, I didn't. I tried to help you. At the beginning of the conversation, I tried to help you.
No, asshole, you're a fucking piece of shit.
Well, this is Hanzi.
No, asshole, you're a piece of shit.
Let's discuss our situation. Why we didn't talk? I paid you. I'm the only one who paid you any money to write.
No. I don't want to discuss it now. I don't want to discuss. I wrote jokes, and you can't admit that. You're a fucking asshole.
You did write jokes.
No,
they were terrible.
Go fuck yourself. Die. I hope you really do fucking die.
Hanzi.
You're a cunt. No, you're a cunt. Go fucking
Let's
die.
talk.
I knew this was a setup. Fuck you.
I need what? You need what?
What?
Let's talk like friends.
What? You fucking guinea fucking bastard?
You divulge that I was raped.
What are you gonna do, Artie? You gonna get your Moscow fucking boys after me? Because everyone you hang out with is a dirty fucking. Everyone you hang out with is a dirty fucking piece of shit, anyways.
Now who's being racist?
What?
You're being racist now.
I am being racist. You're a guinea piece of shit.
Well, that's racist. I never said anything about you.
Yeah. Oh, poor guinea fucking piece of shit. Oh, do you feel oppressed right now? Do you feel oppressed, you fucking guinea piece of shit?
You're the one who said Cat Williams is not working.
Piece of shit. Do you feel oppressed?
I do feel oppressed right now.
Do you guinea piece of shit?
But you're saying the reason you don't work is because you're oppressed?
Guinea piece of shit. Do you feel oppressed?
Are you saying the reason you don't work?
Wait, hold on a second. If we're going to do this conversation, I'm going to do much better than you fucking piece of shit.
No one knows what you're talking about.
No, shut your fucking mouth. Keep telling me I'm not funny. Keep getting Dan Falar's laughing at your fucking stupid jokes because what? You stuck your dick in his mouth once? What? You fucking
several times.
Because you can't come out of the closet?
I came down Dan's throat several times.
Your Italian relative will disown you but then who would they mooch off of if you would disown them, right? Because your mother and sister need your money, obviously, right?
Do you sleep through dinner?
Yeah, I did.
You did. Well, what do your parents do with all that food?
Yeah, I know.
Do they give it to a monster?
Yeah.
Let's talk. Let's talk.
Oh my God! You're so clever, you fucking.
Can we talk, Hans? Okay, I apologize for everything I said.
No.
I apologize.
No, because you're not get done. You're gonna give me more fucking shit.
I'm not. I will not. I want to know what happened. I was worried about you when I heard you got banned from Howard, and I know you like to be on the radio, and you're funny on the radio, and I want to know why you were banned. And your story. I was going to give you a chance to give your side of the story, and you're yelling.
I told Howard I hope his daughter gets.
You know what? No, that's terrible. First of all, why would you do that? Why would you bring innocent people into it? Why would you do that? Why do you expect Howard to have you on the show after you say something awful like that?
Of course you're defending Howard. Of course.
I'm not. Who wouldn't defend that?
He kills you and you fucking defend him still.
I'm breathing. I'm alive. I've never been happy. My career's never been going better in my life. It actually hasn't. But
no, he has. Remember, you wanted to go to rehab, and he didn't let you go to rehab.
No, Howard, you have it all wrong about him. You have it all wrong about him, and I'm not going to let you lie about that. Howard wanted me to go to rehab.
They cut that joke out.
No, Howard wanted me to go to rehab, and he gave me every chance to go. But why would, if you talk about members of his family like that, Hans, if you talk about members,
he didn't want you to go to rehab.
How do you know? You were in a basement sleeping and eating. How do you know?
No, because I know. Because I heard from a source already.
A source.
Yeah.
Who do you interact with except your mother's hand who puts the food under the door?
Okay, and second of all, don't you ever tell me what I can say about Howard's kids. First of all, this guy's made a career out of making death pools about fucking other celebrities' kids, other celebrities. So I can go back at him and say viciousness, all right?
No, you know that's not going to get on the air, and you're being ridiculous.
Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me, you fucking asshole.
I'm not interrupting you. Your breath is.
You piece of shit. Don't
Your third chin is interrupting you.
No, then don't interrupt me. Don't ask me questions.
Go right ahead. Go right. Well, I'm bleeping out everything you say about Howard's kids, so you're wasting your time.
Okay, well, that's why you can bleep him out, but Howard shouldn't be offended. He doesn't even know his kids, really.
God, how do you know that? That's a dumb thing to say. Would you expect to be... Let me ask you something, Hans. How important is it for you to be on the radio? Do you like being on the radio? You're a celebrity from it.
No.
You are funny. You're very funny on the radio. But if you say stuff like that, how do you expect someone to keep you on the air? That's dumb. You should just be funny the way you're funny. Why do you have to go there?
Because Howard has done some evil shit to me.
Oh, what has he done? What are you
talking
about?
Really? You, of course you wouldn't say anything because you're a coward. Because with the cold, you pretend to be edgy with this old.
Who pretends to be edgy? Who pretends to be edgy? What are you talking about? I do what I do. But how did Howard shove you? Howard held you down and put food down your throat?
You write lies in your book so you can con your fucking fans. That's what you do.
Lies in my books? What are you talking about?
In your book, the situation. You never told the truth about the whole Howard situation. You're way more madder at Howard than you fucking let on. This guy didn't let you on the fucking air.
It's not true. It's not true. He's the reason. Everything that happened in my career after Howard, and there was a lot before, but after Howard, I owe to him. I do. He gave me that job. It was the biggest job a comedian could get.
You owe to him, but he also fucked your life too.
Yeah, no, it's not his fault. It's not his fault. I became. You know what, Hans? Here's the thing: you have to take responsibility for your life. It's not Howard's fault. I became a heroin addict. It's not. It's my fault. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. You have your problems. It's not, and you're blaming other people.
It is his fault. Actually.
How? How is it his fault?
Because he has control over shit.
No, he doesn't.
Yeah, he does.
He's not. I was a drug addict long before I went on his show. Before.
Trust me, he had you on. Trust me, he knew about your addiction. That's why he had you on. You think he had you on because you're funny? Because he knew you're out of control. You fucking idiot.
No. There's actually a lot of examples of me being funny on the show.
Trust me, he
there is, Hans. You're talking like an idiot. Just stop it. Everything you say doesn't make any sense.
No, asshole. He had you pegged when your dad died. He had you in show business. How do you think you got in show business? You think you're going to show business through your talent? No, man. He fucking.
Well, why I got into show business long before I met Howard. How'd I get on Mad TV? Because I was out of control. Mad TV hired me because I was out of control.
No. He helped facilitate that. Trust me.
No, he didn't. Getting on Mad. So 5 years before I ever met the guy, he took interest in my life. Hanzi, listen to me.
Artie, he did.
Wake up and smell the lasagna.
No. You wake up and smell fucking Dan's undies in your mouth, you fucking piece of shit.
I'm sorry my material's not sophisticated like yours.
Yeah, I know.
Hans, listen, let me tell you something.
No. I don't want you to tell me anything.
No, I want you to tell the truth about what happened between me and you. I paid you, and then you gave. Yes, I did, fucker. You cashed a check. I got the proof of it.
Oh, after like 5 months of fucking.
Because you gave my accountant the wrong address, you idiot.
I gave you the.
You gave the wrong address, and then when you didn't when you didn't think you were getting paid, you said stuff on Twitter so disgusting that people in my family said you have to. Authorities told me get rid of that guy. He's dangerous, and I said I don't want to because I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him
because if I said that shit, First of all, if I said that shit, was it cool? Your family is going to be looking on Twitter at my shit. And second of all, was it cool? They have you in your life. You're the most destructive person in your fucking family. Don't fucking point out like I'm destructive, okay?
You're not destructive. You're a very
you love me
productive
going bipolar
person.
for that shit. You love me going bipolar for that shit. You did it on purpose of not. Then you made the excuse of, I gave you the wrong fucking address.
Well, you did. You admitted to it. I have the text, you idiot. I have proof of it.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not shut the fuck up. You know I paid you. I paid you extra for waiting. And when you thought I was going to be like everybody else.
And then you put the check on hold, you fucking
I put it on hold. And you got paid. When's the last time someone paid you? When's the last time someone paid you to do anything? I'm the only person who's ever paid you.
Artie, fuck you. See, this is why I didn't want to fucking come on. This is why I didn't want to come on you.
Listen, let me tell you something. You're saying stupid shit, and I have to defend myself. I paid you. True or not?
No,
True or false? You were paid.
Yeah, you waited like fucking 5 months
because you gave me the wrong address, you fucking fat retard.
I gave you the right address, and then when you asked for, then you claimed you fucking.
You're lucky you have an address.
You're Filato. Go fucking suck dick somewhere else, you jerk off.
He's not sucking dick. He's laughing.
No, he's sucking dick.
Listen, Hans, you came out as being gay on my show today. I cherish that.
Yo, do his checks bounce when you fucking pay him to laugh like that, you fucking cocksucker?
They bounce like your second chin, brother.
Yeah, okay.
Now listen, let's talk about 420. Let's talk about 420. I know weed is. I know you work hard all week and you like to reward yourself with a joint. Now, why is 420 big for you? Is that why you stay the way to 420? I want to know.
Okay, you fucking faggot.
Now, how do you get weed? Is it medical marijuana?
What? I hope you die.
Well, don't say that, Hans. Don't say that.
No, dude, you're putting me down.
I'm not putting you down. This is why friends talk. Friends bust chops like this. We're busting chops like two friends who play softball together. You've played softball, right? You were the infield.
Oh my god!
Round and brown.
Yeah.
Now, is it true you're playing a UPS truck?
Artie's so fucking hilarious, man. Oh my god, man.
Did you ever think about painting UPS on your side and working as a truck?
Yeah.
And you admitted you're gay, so you swallow packages?
Nah, okay. No, Artie, you're gay, Artie.
No, you said you're gay. You said you make fun of gay people.
I said you're gay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed that. Well, that's not true. I've never had gay sex, but except for the rape. No, you have, except for the rape.
Actually, I know you have, actually.
How do you know that?
I know.
At that secret gay meeting?
Yeah. How do you think you made it into show business, you fucking idiot?
You know, you look like the Kardashian son when he got heavy. You do. You should play him in a TV movie.
Yeah, I should.
You look like the big fat Kardashian. Do you know anything about socks? When's the last time you put socks on? That's got to be a chore.
What the fuck kind of question is that?
Have you smoked weed today? It's 420. Let's be honest. We're friends. Have you smoked weed today? I'm curious.
No. What do you think, asshole?
Okay, I'm going to say very yes. Absolutely.
No, I haven't.
Why not? Is this why you're irritable?
I'm joking. I have, yes.
How do you get weed? Who gives it? Is it medical? Is it like who brings that to you?
It's medical. I'm not saying shit on the radio anymore because last time you asked me these fucking questions.
We're not on the radio, dude. We're on my show. Nobody listens to this. It's a podcast in my kitchen. I mean, Howard is where you would have been heard on Howard. In other words, it's dumb. Why say stuff? Hanzi, you're very funny on the radio. You are. Why do you think I'm courting you? Why? I wouldn't call you if you weren't funny. You are. But so why would you say stuff about Howard's family or something that you know is going to get you kicked off? Just play it by the rules. Be funny, and you'll make money off it. You can make money.
Asshole. He banned me before the shit I said about him.
And you brought up something.
He pretended that it was about this. He knew what I said, and he let me on the fucking air. Yeah. And he's still playing my. Oh yeah, I'm so banned from the air. He's still playing my fucking.
What does that tell you? That you're funny on the air, but then you go somewhere. You could be on. He'd probably have you on every other day, dude. But you say stuff that gets him mad, and he doesn't talk to you for 6 months. He punishes you. Do you understand that?
I didn't say that shit 6 months ago, you idiot.
You brought up that woman at work, so you know he hates that, and that's not allowed, and you break the rules, and you know that's going to happen. Then to talk about his kids, let me tell you something. That offends me because I met his kids, and they're really nice people, and you should not. That offends me. You're bringing them into the situation, and you shouldn't. It doesn't make any sense. You could be funny without that. You don't need that to be funny. Is my point. I'm giving you a compliment, Hans. You would be a celebrity because you're so funny on the show.
Yeah, okay, you're setting me up.
No, I'm not. Hans, why would I call you and bring you on the air? Because I don't want to do a boring show. You're funny.
I'm a fat piece of shit. No, I'm a fat piece of shit.
Well, no, we're putting each other down. You called me worse. We're goofing on each other. But you don't have to be that way. Is my point. Like I could talk to you about weed and what it means to you all day.
okay, I'm bipolar. When you push me to that level,
All right.
I'll say the most irrational shit ever. Okay?
I got to tell you right now. I made a mistake. I did open up, Goofing. I should not have opened up that hostel. I did. That was wrong, and I apologize because I did want to talk to you. So if you want to calm down, I want to just say, listen. I got very offended. You didn't think I was going to pay you, and I get it. You've been fucked over by people, and you didn't believe I was not going to fuck you over, and I understand that. I was sending you a check. There was an issue with the address. I put more money down because it took a while. You finally got the check, and you even apologized to me, which is rare for you, and I thought that was very nice of you. But the stuff you said, people sent it to me because I tried to stay away from it. It was so terrible that I said I gotta stay away from this situation for a while just to calm down. Because it was I don't know where that comes from. The anger, what you said was really nasty. And if you do that with Howard and me and anybody, we're not going to have you on the air. And it's a shame because you are funny and it makes the show funnier. And that's why we keep coming back to you. I'll admit that. But you have to dude, you can make money off what you have on the Howard Stern Show. And you can make money off what you have here. But you got to stay away from that mean craziness. Do you think you could do that?
Okay. I'm just saying when you have situations that remind you of when you're being treated like a shit
right.
when you're a kid.
I know.
But mentally, I go to that level and I go crazy. Maybe you shouldn't have people ganging up on me and fucking laugh at me. That's what you all fucking do.
That's the other thing, Hans. You think me and Howard have people gang up? We don't. We're not. These people are fucking with you. I don't call anybody.
Actually, I have people admitting that Howard has people fucking.
They're fucking with your Hands. They're playing into your paranoia. And that's not right of them, but they're evil. Howard's not doing anything.
Howard's emails, if you don't think Howard's gonna be exposed in the next couple of years, with emails being leaked, it's gonna prove me right of how much he put effort into fucking with me. And when they do, you're all gonna owe me an apology.
Let me tell you something, Hans. If anything ever came out like that and it was rock solid evidence, I'd be the first to defend you.
Okay,
because I'm here. You're back on this show, Hans, and I'll admit this to you. And it would be tough for me to admit this if I was an asshole, but I'm not. I actually support you. You're back because you're funny. When I saw you got banned, I said, you know what, Danny, call Hanzi up because I know it's about time we let bygones be bygones. It's long enough. I've talked to Hanzi off the air, and I'll gladly admit that because I've had nice conversations with him where he's not crazy like this, and I'm not crazy like I'm being, and we're both being civil. And you're here because you're fucking funny. This whole segment's been funnier than 90% of the shit that's on radio right now. But you blow that when you go to places like your kids get AIDS, and me with my father, and that I'm a hack, and I'm not funny. I'm getting hired because I'm white. People don't like that, Hans. They don't. And if you stop that,
the white part has to be true. Come on, you're telling me there's no.
But Hans, not with me. Not first of all, not in comedy. In the corporate world, Wall Street, yeah. But in comedy, you have an advantage of being black. It's an advantage to be black.
Artie, do you think if you were black, you would get this many chances?
Hans, what chances am I? I started my own podcast. I bought $11,000 worth of equipment, and I started a podcast. Why are people talking about it? Because I'm funny, not because I'm white. Cat Williams is famous because he's funny. And first of all, is Cat Williams in trouble because I'm a fan of his? What are you talking about? Is he not working?
I just think the higher ups are fucking with him too.
No, Cat. Let me tell you something about Cat Williams. He is so fucking hilarious. That guy's first special. I in my head, I couldn't stop repeating it. He's an original, but Cat, I can't speak for sure because it's out of line. I don't want to get sued or I don't want to fuck with him when I shouldn't. But I've met him on the Stern Show, and Cat has a lot of issues that I might have, put it that way. And when he does a whole special, when he's bloated and sweaty the whole time, and to me, he's still being funny. But, people look at that and they don't give him jobs because they're afraid of insurance. It's a very corporate thing. It's not black and white. It's like...
No, but he also opened up about the higher powers in the world also, too.
Okay, but don't you... But, Hans, part of that might be him being a little nuts. Look at Denzel Washington. Look at Martin Lawrence. Look at all... It doesn't matter black or white. If you're funny in this... If you're funny, you're funny.
Okay, fine. So hold on a second. If that's him being a little bit crazy, fine. Dave Chappelle, someone you respect. Dave Chappelle went through the same shit too. You're going to say he's fucking crazy?
Let me tell you something. Dave Chappelle is a guy that I've known a long time, and we have a very friendly relationship. He's always been nice to me, and we're always cool. And I've always been a fan of his. Actually, he means a lot to me in the sense that the first day I ever sat in the Jackie chair, Chappelle sat in for the news, and after that, before his show came on, and after that show, me and him walked to the Brill Building where my manager was. We walked like 30 blocks together and got coffee together. We were talking about show business, and it was before his show came on. And he did have a lot of issues that I thought were legitimate, but I think different people, he got so famous with that show because the show was so great. And I think certain powers got in his ear. And I think he did make an irrational decision based on maybe, not being crazy. Now, he's certainly not a crazy person. But based on, wrong information he was getting and paranoia that all of us have about this business. And now he's the biggest comic ever. But he might not be in a movie again unless he funds it, which is possible now because Hollywood doesn't trust him anymore. In many ways, they don't trust me. I don't get,
Hollywood. Listen, if people, hold on a second. People in show business, they generalize people like me. Oh, I'm in my base. Okay, fine. You want to generalize me, but then I can generalize people in show business then because Hollywood's full of rapists, pedophiles.
Okay, Hans, but so is the mail fucking post office. Everybody the fucking church has pedophiles in it.
But when the higher ups in Hollywood and show business are saying Dave Chappelle's crazy, and these guys are pedophiles and rapists.
Let me tell you something. They said Dave Chappelle's crazy because on his big hit show that he was the star of, instead of making $50 million, you got on a private jet to South Africa. Okay, then they go, okay, if you do that, people might call you crazy. I mean, come on, Hans.
What? Because he needed to get away from the Hollywood machine. That's why he's crazy.
No, that's not why he's crazy. I think he made an irrational decision.
Dude,
I think he felt that.
For black people, they want fucking more coonish behavior. That's why, because he didn't want to fucking do.
Why do you defend? But you consider yourself a black person. Why are you so like in this camp?
No. Because hold on. Because of my misinformation of when I was a kid, because of all the fucking shit I was taught through the media and fucking other like guys like Howard Stern, what's it called? They don't mention the systemic racism that's involved.
Oh, systemic! You're spewing out liberal Hillary Clinton bullshit. Systemic. Where'd you get that word from? Wait, hands. I got to take a diabetic piss. Hang on a second. Talk to Dan. I really got to piss. Hang on a second.
Hey, Hanzi.
Fuck you, Dan.
Wow. What do you have against me? What did I do?
Nothing. I'm just saying, man. You trust me. You didn't find half those jokes as funny as you think they were.
Okay, all right. I just laughed.
Come on, admit it. How much was that fake laughing, man? Come on.
Oh God.
Come on, man. How much is Artie paying you to laugh?
Not as much as he's paying you to write those bad jokes.
I'm not writing jokes. This is all improv, man.
Hanzi, we really like you on the show. We hope you come back. So don't get mad.
I'm not getting mad. I'm just saying. I don't like when people don't like when a minority starts standing up for himself.
What do you do in your free time, Hanzi? How do you meditate? How do you spend time? Relax.
I'm getting my sleep shit together right now. Like, I have sleep apnea, so I have a sleep machine.
Do you have one of those masks?
Yeah.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, let me put an end to this. Dan, I apologize for talking to Dan. That was terrible. Sorry, Dan. But you did a good job. You know what? That was a good team. You should call yourself Danzy.
Yeah.
Danzy. You should tour with that. So, I had to pee. First of all, you know what? I just got a text from Cat Williams, and he said, you know what? He's right. Systemic racism.
Yeah,
where'd you get the word systemic, dude? You're spewing out liberal politicians. That's the big word.
Dude, I'm not liberal. I'm not Republican. I hate both of those shit. I hate both those shitheads. But
are you registered as anything politically? You vote?
No, I'm not actually.
Oh, okay, all right. Me neither. I don't trust him. Well, I'm a convicted felon, but. But Hans, do you consider yourself? Why do you feel you've been oppressed by show business? Like, have you tried to get in and you feel like they've?
No, but I see a lot of mediocre white talent that gets off because they do sexual favors for other people and stuff like that.
What are you talking about? Name one. Name a mediocre white talent that's done sexual favors.
Oh, Ryan Seacrest.
Dude, you know what? I'm with you there. I'd love that for it to be true. Of course, we can't say it's definitely true. It's the radio. It's a podcast. Who cares?
A lot of the wrestlers that got on top.
No, I don't care about wrestling. You bring back to wrestling all the time.
I'm no. I'm saying, but that show business, right?
Listen, let me tell you something. Well, of course it is. You don't believe it's real? Sure.
And well, most of the things, like, people accuse wrestling of being fake, but most of the Stern show is fake. Most of the stuff that goes on in the world is fake.
Dude, admit you love the Stern Show. That's why you're a big fan, and you called in. It was exciting, and then you're entertaining, so you became a character.
And then Howard got Benji to call me for a couple of months and prep me. Oh, why don't you become an intern here? Why don't you become an intern?
Well, why didn't you do that?
No, I'm just saying. And Howard always acts like he never needed me and stuff.
Hands, they wanted you to come in. I know, but it's a trouble for you to travel, right? I mean, you can't. Can you be? Do you, Hands? Let me ask you something. Do you think you could have moved to New York by yourself, got an apartment, and entered the world as an independent?
I went to New York that time. I went to New York on my own.
I'm not talking about that, Hands. I'm talking about moving to New York, getting an apartment, paying taxes, getting your bills, going to the bank, the dry cleaners, getting to work, becoming a citizen, not aided by anybody. Do you think you could have done that?
Yeah.
What evidence do you have of that? Not being in the basement. Like, who does your laundry? Who cooks for you? Who pays for the food? Who pays the taxes on the house you live in? That's all stuff you're going to have to do if you move into society. Do you do your laundry? I don't know that. Okay, that's good. But there's a lot more to life. Do you think you could have done that?
Well, I'm drinking something right now.
What are you drinking?
Apple juice.
Okay, all right, fine. Go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm done.
Is that the code word for an Apple employee's cum?
What?
Is that Tim? What's the guy's name who runs Apple? Apple juice is his cum, right? Tim.
Oh my God!
Cook.
So
Tim what? Tim Cook. Tim Cook's cum is known as apple juice. See, we punched up the joke together. See, it took time, but Tim Cook's cum is known as apple juice. I think that's great. Now, I'm not suggesting you're drinking his cum. I'm just saying. That sounded very disgusting, though. I mean, you were gulping apple juice? Do you do that often? Do you need it? Why were you drinking that much of it just now?
Because I've been yelling at you for like fucking 20 minutes.
That's true. So you're like Pavarotti.
Yeah.
Well, listen, dude, I love you. You're an entertaining, talented guy. You're funny. And, dude, you can make money if you played this right. You would become the biggest star to call into that show because you're that entertaining. But you have to go there. You have to cross the line. And, and
coming from a comedian, too, by the way, right?
What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying a comedian who goes across the line telling me...
I do. That's my thing. But, again, look... Talent equals the money you make. I'm a C-list comic. I've never gotten further than that. And I think that's because I'm probably not the most talented guy in the world, but I make a lot of money, and I've been very successful for the person I am. I'm not particular. I didn't go to college. I'm not really talented, as you point out. I'm not that good looking. I'm not that bright, but I'm an overachiever because I love comedy and I work hard at it. And if you put in that work effort, you can make money too. Look at Beetlejuice makes $200,000 a fucking year.
Yeah, but guess why I'm not making that much money? Because Howard fucked me over, man.
How'd he do that? How? You fuck yourself over when you blow the opportunity.
He blacklisted me for fucking ever getting jobs anywhere else. But I wrote for Jeff Ross, and he got yelled at because of me, because Howard didn't like that I was writing.
What did you write for a roast? One thing? What'd you write for Jeff Ross?
No, I wrote a couple things for it, and Jeff Ross goes, "Oh my God, this is so good, I'm going to use them." And then Howard fucking put a stop to it because there are jokes about Robin.
Wait, Jeff Ross was going to roast. Where was he going to use the jokes? Well, I don't understand.
That roast that Robin was a part of in 2009 on Comedy Central.
Oh, the Joan Rivers roast.
Yeah.
You wrote jokes for that?
I gave Jeff Ross a couple of jokes.
And what were they?
Well, one joke was Robin's lost a lot of weight. The only thing fat about the Stern Show now is her chances of getting a job after he retires, or something like that.
Uh-huh.
All right. This is 2009. I wrote.
I mean, not great, but it's not. I mean, that's not.
Okay, well, if Jeff Ross said they're all right, but then he didn't use them because someone in the Stern Show fucking called him and told him not to.
No, that's not the reason he didn't use them.
Yeah, he did.
No.
No, he did. Trust me.
Okay. What do you remember the other joke? How many jokes you write? Because that joke is not bad, but it's not up to the level. I've done those Comedy Central roasts, dude. The jokes have to be great to get on the air. That's not going to.
Yeah, but you can tell they were pissed because they limited Robin's jokes on.
Why do you think they did that?
Because I heard heard through the grapevine.
Well, no. Why do you think they limited Robin?
No, I'm just saying because they were pissed that Stern didn't let Jeff Ross take
No, that's not why. Because Robin's not a roaster. She's not a comedian. She wasn't
No,
strong. She wasn't strong. If she was hilarious, she would. They didn't. If she was hysterical, they would have aired it. That had nothing to do with Howard. Robin did a fine job for not being a comic, but that's not why she's not.
People in show business are scared of Howard. There's a reason why no one says shit about him. Because he's so dangerous, and you know he's dangerous, and you know he pulls strings. You even admitted that.
Holy shit! Are you okay?
You admitted that there was someone.
Are you all right?
You said there's someone that he cost a job to, and I said name him. You're like, well, if that guy wants to come on there, so don't act like Howard doesn't do that type of shit.
No. Stuttering John. What you're referring to is something Stuttering John said. And it's not fair to the person he's bringing up, okay? And that's all that was said. That's all that was said.
Okay,
and it doesn't. And if you knew the story, it's not going to prove anything evil about Howard.
Yeah,
he's not. Howard's not an evil guy. He's not.
Yeah, he is.
He's given me. Listen, by the time I got on Howard, I'm very proud of the fact. By the time I got on Howard, I was already a self-made millionaire from comedy. I started out with nothing. We were on welfare when I started, and we were about to be homeless. And show business allowed me to make a lot of money. And before I even met Howard, I was a millionaire from stand-up, sitcom, sketch comedy, all that shit. So then but I was about to be maybe kicked out of show business. It might have been over for me because I did everything. I was going to go on the road and do stand-up. Howard gave me that job, and then it breathed. I had a second half of my career, and that's where I am now. And everything that I have since then is because Howard gave me that job. An evil person doesn't do shit like that. He embraced me. He took me on. He gave a lot of people jobs, gave a lot of people careers. And what you're saying doesn't really make any sense. Like, what? You don't have any proof for what you're saying. He's not an evil person.
He is an evil person.
Well, Hans, I mean, if you're good, you play, man. And if you had written Jeff Ross 10 killer jokes, they would have made the air. Okay? And first of all, that joke you just said, good joke. You know, it means it probably like, oh, I want to hear more. So, but to be a joke writer, Hans, you got to send in pages of shit. You got to be prolific. You got to send a lot of stuff in. Do you remember how many jokes you sent, Jeff?
I don't know, a couple.
Yeah, you gotta send pages and pages. That's
okay,
how.
But the point is, he didn't use them because Stern told him not to use them.
No, that's not why.
Yeah,
because they weren't good enough. They weren't good enough.
He said they were good enough.
Yeah, he's gonna say that because you're diplomatic in show business.
No,
people
he didn't have to mention. Dude, it's on MySpace. He didn't have to reply to me at all.
Hand, you can't even remember the other jokes. How good could they have been?
He went out of his way to go, yo, these are great. Do you mind if I use them all?
Yeah, right, because he needs your permission in case, he's...
Yeah, but he didn't use them because Stern was pissed off about it.
Okay, so what do you think happened? You think Howard called Jeff Ross and said, you better not use Hanzi's jokes?
Gary, and I go, hey, I know Robin's not going to use my jokes because she probably has Jim Florentine and Sal writing for her.
Well, yeah, they're way better writing jokes than you.
So but then I wrote jokes for Jeff Ross. I hope that's cool. And then all of a sudden, like, I couldn't get on air for the next fucking week or so because I could tell Howard was being petty about it and shit. Because he takes that type of shit. He trusts me. He was being an asshole about it.
All right. Well, do you ever think about maybe putting this aside and going, look, there's nothing I can even say what you're saying is true. All right. Did you ever think putting it aside and just living your own life and going forward and saying, okay, I gotta forget the Howard Stern show. I'm gonna, okay, like you say you can. I'm gonna move to L.A. or New York, like all of us did, and walk in a comedy club one night as an open micer with no power and keep going on stage until you get better and someone notices you. And that's what I did. And why don't you do something like that on your own?
I need to join the Illuminati first, man.
So you're saying in North Jersey when I was a longshoreman, I joined the Illuminati before I went to New York? What are you talking about?
Howard had you pegged from the day that you mailed him and asked him to give a jacket to your dad who was a quadriplegic.
Okay, so at that moment he said the 17-year-old son of this kid, guy, is going to be in show business.
No, but he had you pegged though.
Pegged as what? Pegged as what, Hans? To be in show business?
No, he knew that you'd be. Trust me, he knew everything about you when you walked into a studio the first time with Norm Macdonald. It's not a coincidence.
Okay. Well, all right. Okay, Hans. But so that means you're not pegged. In other words, like
yeah, I am pegged.
So why don't you use that?
You think it was a coincidence think that I got on Stern the first time I called in?
No, it's because you're funny. Because someone picked up the phone and heard you talking and said this guy's funny and put you on. That's why.
No, actually, no one knew. Will was really pissed off at me for some reason.
Yeah, but look, Will's a good guy, and he's a good judge of what's funny. That's why he's always been a good producer there. He gets the show, Will. He's a smart kid. It's got nothing. Will's opinion, though, has nothing to do with anything. Neither does Gary's. It's all Howard. Howard, someone, played you for Howard, and he got you on the air, and you were funny. That's what Howard said,
But the latest shit that happened, Gary went out of his way to get me on hold, and Gary never comes to me. By the way, Howard never lets Gary come and talk to me in private or anything. This is the first time Gary comes to talk to me private.
Why would he do that? Why can't Gary talk to you in private?
2 weeks ago, he comes to me and goes, you won't get on the air today, but call in Monday and you'll get on the air.
Okay, so what's wrong with that? He's producing the show.
Okay, so hold on. I call in, and they set me up because they put me. They knew that Joey Boots and Eric were coming in, and they basically had Joey Boots and Eric fucking scream over me.
All right, but listen. The fact that they thought of you for a bit is flattering. There's people who would kill to get their call taken and to be as entertaining as you've been on that show. They thought of you for a bit, whether they told you or not. To
set me up.
You set you up, but they know you can handle yourself in that situation. You yell back and forth, and it's funny. You think they think Joey Boots is funnier than you? They don't. They just put you in that situation because they knew it'd be entertaining.
Joey Boots is not funnier than me. Joey Boots.
You're both great in your own way.
What him doing shit contests is hilarious?
Well, no, I'm not. Listen, I was there for that, and quite frankly, I was against it. I'm not into the scatological humor, but that's one example of what Joey does on the show. Joey's always been open and honest. He came out on the show, which was a big deal.
He wasn't gay. He wasn't gay for airtime. He's not really gay.
You don't think he's really gay?
No.
Is that why you told me you're gay today? Because you just want airtime? I would have put you on anyway.
Yeah, no. I'm thinking about using it for a gimmick now.
Well, don't do that. I mean, you're very heterosexual.
Where's the cock? Let me suck it right now.
Can we use that as a drop? You got to isolate that then. Listen, though, Hans, we all know you're like you went a lot. You bet a lot of women.
I don't. I admit I didn't know I was going to be alive this long. I thought I was going to be dead after high school.
Why'd you think that? In junior high, you thought you'd be dead after high school? What made you think that? That actually makes me sad. What made you think that?
Because I was too dumb. I was dumbed down. I was programmed. I didn't know what I was doing in life.
By who?
I had no college fucking. I had no fucking college desire.
Me neither, man. I never went.
Me neither.
Yeah.
So,
but Dan's a rich kid.
So for the remainder of my life, I see all these fucking chicks ruin guys' lives, and I'm like, what? Pussy causes all this. I go, what? Why is it so popular to fucking go get pussy? And then
why? Don't you have desires for pussy? Like that's why.
I do, but I don't have desires to what's it called? Have STDs or.
Nobody does, but we want to get laid. That's a guy. It is God's trick on us.
So you know what? Maybe I can just jerk off and relieve myself.
Hans, but that's not living life, though, brother. You're not gonna you're gonna stay in a basement and jerk off and not enter life. You got to go into life, man.
Sorry, I don't want women fucking changing me to fucking. Like,
listen, I've been in a bunch of relationships in my life. I've been with broads. You're right. You're right. They are, and they are. Listen, Hans, let me finish. You're right. It can fuck with your head, and I'll tell you, love is a terrible thing. It can really fuck with your head, and it has fucked with my head. But drugs have fucked with I've done a lot of self-destructive things. But when you're a heterosexual man, and when I got into show business, I was able to get pussy on a way higher grade than I deserve, and I admit I was a sucker for it. I started fucking chicks who were hot because I'm a man. I don't know, but did I get screwed over? Yeah. But did I screw them over? Yeah, way worse. It was terrible. But it's fun getting laid. It's fun fucking a hot chick. Well, you know that. You're a man.
No, but okay, no, fine, fair enough. I'm just saying I don't look good naked. I just don't want.
What percentage of the world, Hanzi, you think looks good naked?
Okay, but I'm self-conscious about it, man.
All of us are, of course, unless you're David Beckham and fucking Heidi Klum. I mean, okay, what are you going to do? A small percentage of the world is comfortable naked. You can have sex, though. Why let that prevent? I keep a shirt on and the lights off.
I don't want to get a chick pregnant, man. I don't.
Believe me, the world doesn't want that either. Come on, you
Exactly.
teed that up. I had to swing. No, I don't want to get you. Listen, I understand, Hands.
I don't want a. I don't want a kid because you're gonna have mental. Trust me.
If only your father thought this way.
I wish he did.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yeah.
And what do they do? Are they older, younger? What are they?
Some are older and younger, and there's secrets going on in this house.
What? So, but do you get along with them, Hands?
Not as much because there's secrets going on.
But Hands, you see a pattern here. You're paranoid about everybody. Everybody's out to get you. That you can't be 1,000% right.
Because I was set up to be. There's some Truman shit going on with me that the higher up
Truman
set up.
shit, Harry or the Truman Show?
The Truman Show.
Oh, okay. Well, you know, well, I was going to say that because Harry Truman, because you gave Jeff those 2 bombs.
Yeah, okay.
I can't believe you can't remember the other joke. If it was so good, you could remember the other joke.
What other joke?
What Truman Show so you think you're starring in a show that you don't know about?
Yeah.
Well, what really? I mean, look around. Can you see the camera? There got to be camera somewhere.
People have sent me messages, and they sent me descriptive things that I've done, and I just shrug it off. But they go, "Oh, we're watching you in your room. We're watching you."
Who's Hands? Have you ever told a psychiatrist all this? Listen to what you're saying.
Fine.
Listen to what you're saying.
People at the gym. Oh, hold on a second. I've been stalked at the gym.
Handsy, the premise is you go to the gym here.
Yeah.
You've been stalked at the gym. What are you doing at the gym? Is there a deli in there?
No. Somebody took a picture of me at the gym. And
that's like a picture of you at the gym is as rare as Sasquatch. What do you do at the gym? What do you do at the gym?
I don't even know what I do at the gym.
Who took a picture of you at the gym, and where is it? How come I can't find it?
Some fan did, but they don't approach me in real life for some reason.
A fan of you or the Stern Show?
Me or Stern Show or whatever. But they post it online. They go, "Oh, look, I got Hanzi at the gym." They post it online.
Well, where can I find it? Send it to me.
Hold on a second. Hanzi, hold on a second.
Well, all right. How long is it going to take? Actually, see, an hour flew by. You're so entertaining. We have another interview.
With who?
A guy. Someone took a picture of this guy at the airport.
Oh, okay, cool.
No, Hands. An hour's flown by because a guy's going to come on and actually review the show Vinyl on HBO. Believe me, I could talk to you for hours. I love you. I want you. I'm telling you, you could make money in comedy if you played it right on Howard. He'll have you on because you're entertaining. Howard's no dummy. He keeps talking to you because he knows you're entertaining. On Twitter, people talk about you constantly because you're funny. But if you say stuff that offensive about people that are dear to him or whatever, you go places you know he doesn't want you to go, he's not going to have you on. So why do it?
He wanted me to go to that level, trust me.
No, I don't know. Well, no, he didn't. He wants you to be funny. He wants you to be funny.
Yeah,
oh, wait, I see you. Dude, you're right. I got you at the gym. I see it. So who do you think took this picture? First of all, whatever you're doing is working. Hands, my God. Is that the way you are now?
I'm actually more fatter now, actually.
Oh, Hands, you got to do something, brother. Come on. You don't want to die young.
Dude, you look like, the way you look, you're giving me...
Hands, no. Listen. Actually, I just lost a bunch of weight. I was always thin as a kid. I was, I'm much... I've never...
You recently, dude. You look like a homeless fucking asshole.
Hands. You're very fat. You have to do something. It's not healthy, man. How often do you go to the gym?
Not enough.
You should. You got to start doing that, man.
I'm still eating like shit anyway. That's why.
Well, dude, I'm as a friend, dude. You don't want to die young. I don't want to hear the sentence Hanzi died. I don't want to hear that. I don't.
Hold on a second. You don't even know what death. Death could. I'm not saying people should. I'm just saying that death. There's an alternative reality after death. That's what I think. So.
Well, what do you think? Do you have any idea what it is?
I guarantee you, it isn't what they tell us. I know it's not heaven and hell, but I know there's an alternative reality.
Is it one place that everybody goes, or does everybody have their own? Is it different for everybody? Like,
no,
what do you think it is?
Everyone goes there probably.
Okay, so and you have no idea what it could be, like what kind of place.
I know people know what does happen because people have faked their deaths.
Right, well, yeah, sure, but that's usually for insurance. It's not for...
like James Gandolfini's still alive somewhere.
How do you know that?
I think he is.
Why would he fake his death?
Because I'm telling you,
Did you not want to do a Sopranos movie?
No, I'm saying there's higher ups who come after your money when you people in show business or politicians when your time's at an
Politicians? Oh, I thought you meant a woman. Politicians. Okay, I'm sorry.
Politicians
okay.
come at, when the higher ups in the world come after you.
Well, who are the higher ups? The politicians? Who's controlling the world then? Who is it?
I don't know. Shadow government, man.
Shadow government. All right. Shadow Stevens?
Dude, there's other people who've spoken out about this shit, man.
Well, who? Like famous people who are credible?
Yeah, a lot of famous people have spoken out, and then
like Randy Quaid.
See, again, they make him seem like a fucking crazy nut.
Well, he sort of looks like one. I mean, if you're going to say something rational, you want to be taken seriously. You might want to not grow an enormous beard.
What the Hollywood Star Whackers? That's plausible.
Dude, that's your reality show, Hollywood Star Whackers. That's you. When was this picture taken? I'm looking at here. It's you on an elliptical machine. What are you sitting on there?
Wait, I'm wearing a blue shirt, right?
Yes, but I mean, I could see your head, but yeah, I'm wearing a blue shirt with a white towel. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm doing. I think that's the fucking tricep machine.
The tricep machine?
Yeah.
Well, I could tell you got nice triceps.
I do.
I tell you probably could kick some ass too. You're probably a good fighter, right?
I can't kick anyone's ass.
But you look like a strong, tough guy.
I could take a beating, but I can't kick anyone's ass.
Can you grow hair? Because the bald thing is very disconcerting. I remember you when you came in for that America's Biggest Loser.
Gray hair coming in. I don't want to fucking have gray hair, man.
Yeah, but it might look good. You look distinguished. The gray hair on the brown.
I'm already balding, so why even have that?
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to make suggestions. What about hiring a stylist?
Dude, see, this is why I shouldn't. This is why I shouldn't be here. I look like a giant sperm whale. I don't really want to be here.
No, you don't look like a sperm whale, no, because sperm whales are a different color. You look like, actually, I guess you do look like a big. You're very round, but again, I'm not judging it because I'm disgusting looking too. I'm much lighter than you though. You look very. How? What are you? 400 pounds?
You're way fatter than I am, man.
No, Hands. If this picture is what do you weigh in this picture?
I don't know how much I weigh in that picture. I weigh like.
Dan, what do you think he weighs in that picture?
Over 4, easily.
Yeah.
Not over 4, you idiot. I've never been over 3.
Oh, come on.
When'd you weigh yourself, in the 8th grade?
Yeah.
When's the last time you weighed yourself?
Like last week.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Do you go to the doctor to get checked up? What's your cholesterol?
I have no idea, man. I'm just waiting to fucking die.
Here's what I want you. Don't wait to die, Hands. Here's what I'm telling you. And I'll try to close with this. And I thank you for coming on. And we could have a relationship here. I'd love to have you on. You don't have to be banned from here. But you know what to say and what not to say. I want to tell you this. If you ever get back on Howard, okay, you can be a regular on here, but that's going to be limited. Some people will know you. But if you are just willing to be you, and you don't say the shit that you know is going to get you banned, that, you could be the biggest fucking call-in star of that show, without question.
I am the biggest star in calling the show.
Yeah, but it's not helping you because he banned you for 6 months at a time, and you can't get any leverage going.
Well, he didn't admit that he banned me for 6 months. He pretended like he didn't, and people kept asking about me, and he had to finally get me on to fucking get me off, basically.
Yeah. Well, listen, I understand, but I think if you're on enough, the way you deserve to be on, I think you can make appearances and get paid for them. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Dude, I should have been getting paid long fucking time ago, man.
But you're not, because you always say the wrong thing. Cross the line.
No, because people secretly make money behind my back, and you know that already.
All right. Hands, I love you, but when you go there, I don't. Because listen, maybe you're right, but I don't have any proof of it. You're telling me something I can't prove, so how do you want me to react?
No, you have some idea. Trust me, you had insider information, man, because you hinted at stuff on your other show before.
I did? What did I say?
About I think Hanzi's family owns like gyms or something like that.
I never said that, Hanz.
Yeah,
Hanz, please, I'm telling you, Hanz, get help for that. I never said that. But
okay, go on your old show and
what old show? The Artie Lang show?
Yeah.
On DirecTV, available on Netflix. Maybe it's coming soon.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'm white, and that's why I got fired from there, I guess. Listen, Hanz.
No, you knew that show wasn't going to be lasting long. That was a plan of it not lasting.
I signed a 3-year contract. I did pretty much the 3 years. I got paid very well, and it was a stepping stone to a show in my kitchen. You're right.
No, but I'm saying that you knew that show wasn't going to last long. It was just a thing.
Look, showbiz. If you're funny enough, thank God, you get jobs. Jobs come and go, and that was one that came.
Howard has blacklisted me from getting jobs. I wanted to work I wanted to work in the WWE. Howard wouldn't.
As a wrestler?
No, as a manager.
Why? Oh, but would you be like an on-air character guy? You should do that.
No. Listen. WWE won't acknowledge me, but they'll let fans bring in signs with Imran Khan lives at home with his dad and mom, front row, and all that type of shit.
Imran Khan.
My real name?
Oh, I didn't know that. You never told me that. Are you related to James
you knew
Khan?
My real name. Dude, you signed a check to my real name.
You know, my business manager did. Are you related to Madeline Khan?
Imran Khan.
But your last name's Khan.
Khan, yeah.
Oh, K-A-H. Wow, that's Madeline Khan.
No, I'm related to the cricket player, though.
Are you Egyptian? What are you?
I'm Pakistani.
Pakistani, that's right. Oh, God.
Shut up.
I'm sorry. Have you ever been to your motherland? I was there.
I went there when I was... last time I've been there was when I was like 10.
Would you want? Well, you can't go now, but I was there. We were right on the border.
Well, I can go now. My family's rich over there.
Why not go live there and be a king?
Because I don't want to live in Pakistan.
Yeah, but if you're rich, you go over there, right? You take some of the money back here. Will they let you bring it back here? Will they send any money over here?
Listen, I come from a bloodline, but I don't have access to anything.
A royalty bloodline?
I think so. Yeah.
Wow, that's fantastic.
I think so. No one ever told me, but.
Well, do you live in a big house in Toronto? Or is it a bit like?
No. I think my dad didn't want to make it seem like we have money, so he bought like a townhouse.
Without giving away any info, you don't have to say anything at all. What does your father do for a living?
He was an engineer, but I just know that my grandfather was in the war.
Oh, okay. Well, he's a smart. So your father's a bright guy. Then he's probably an educated, smart man.
Yeah.
Okay. And how's your relationship with him?
Not really that great.
Do you see him every day? You talk to him?
Not really.
What do you mean not great? He doesn't treat you well?
No. He just I can't. There's family secrets that I can't really open up.
Well, I don't want you to say any family secrets. I'm just curious about you. You don't have to say anything you don't want to.
No. What I'm saying is that because there's secretive shit going on, I can't have a conversation with anyone. Like I feel like.
Okay. All right. Well, listen. Do you think the weed feeds into that paranoia?
Dude, it was way worse
before the weed. Okay. No, I get that too. People, I understand. People do get better with it. All right. Well, listen. Again, talking to you like this is great. I think it's fascinating, and maybe you have a. When's the last time you really tried to talk to your father about your situation in life? And he probably loves you. You know, it's probably he just doesn't know what to do.
Well, the last time was when you baited me out on your old show by asking how I get it, and all of a sudden that weekend he caught me with my dealer.
Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know. I thought you got it legally. I didn't know all that. All right.
Like 2 years ago, it was 2 years ago, and I knew that people were listening to your show, and they set me up.
Dude, not enough people listen to this show to where you're dealer.
No, trust me, but clips make it online, Artie.
Oh, all right. Well, now. So, what about your mom? Are you close with her?
She's not well right now, man.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, look, I'm sorry to hear that. I am.
Okay, well,
how bad is it? Is she home? Is she in the hospital?
No. She's fine, but I don't know.
All right. Then we don't say anything you don't want to say. I get it. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. It sucks. I know when you're down, it sucks. I've been there, and I'm not judging you because I've been there too, brother. But I think, look, I gotta go, but you're welcome to come on anytime. If you want to call in once a week, whatever, that's fine. And I shouldn't have started out in a hostile way today. You're right. And but I like talking to you. I think you're funny. But a piece of advice: you can come on here anytime you want. But I can't let you be offensive about people in Howard's life because you know what? I know them too, and it offends me. They're good people. Secondly, if you ever get back on Howard's show, take my advice and don't cross the line. Just be funny, and you will be the biggest thing that calls into that show and you'll make money off of it.
You think Howard lets anyone be funny on that show anymore?
He always let me be funny. Oh, you mean anymore? Well, I don't know what it's like now, but he was very kind to me, Howard. He was very generous with the microphone. He let me be funny. He's the reason I started making an insane living doing stand-up, and it's all because of him. But you saying it changed? You're saying the show changed?
It's so fucking bad now.
Well, I don't.
When Shuli's the main disturber in the studio, you have problems.
Shuli's what?
When you have Shuli as like the main perpetrator of like the joke of like doing the jokes.
What does Shuli sit in my chair? I don't listen because it's too painful. But Shuli sits in my chair.
No, he just shoehorns his way in every segment, every whack pack.
Oh, well, here's the liaison. And Shuli's a talented guy. I like Shuli.
No, I just hate how again he's another guy that got more for appearances, and I get paid a lot less, and I was more in demand than him, and he.
But here's the thing, though, Hans. Shuli is an accomplished stand-up comedian. He could do an hour. You can't do an hour stand-up.
No, that's true. But it wasn't for stand-up. It was for an appearance, and I was the one who's made like. I'm just saying when he was doing stand-up locally over here, people were like, "We want Hanzi during his set." Just saying.
Well, he should listen. And listen, the way I paid you for coming on, and if we ever did sets together, if you ever came on my show and I brought you on stage, and maybe that'll happen one day, I'll be up in that area again, Buffalo, Toronto. I would pay you if you came on stage. I do it with everybody. Ask any whack packer. I do it for them. I would pay you, and we could talk about that. But listen, that's my advice. Take it or not. But it's good to talk to you again. I'm glad we spoke. I apologize for the beginning of the show, but you were great here, and just try to relax and try to talk to your father. I think that might help. Really sit down and go. He's your dad, and he sounds like an engineer, smart guy. I bet he wants to talk to you. I mean, you got to be a little more open. I know that's very difficult, and I got robbed of that. My old man died, but don't die. You'll be okay. All right.
All right, man.
Thanks for the call.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too. I apologize. I started out hostile because I thought it'd be funny, but you could call into the show anytime. You're welcome. All right, Dan. Hanzi's the guy here, and once a week, whatever you want to do. And I'm gonna get you my cell number again too. So you ever need the bullshit, you can call me. But just try to take a little bit of the advice I gave you, and we'll talk soon. Okay? All right, Hanzi. Be good, Hanzi. Good man. I like Hanzi. All right.
I'm excited about the Danzy thing.
Danzy could work. We're gonna produce that. All right, we gotta hang up and do some other stuff here on the Artie Quitter podcast.
Ready to go.
Quick break. Back with the Artie Quitter podcast. Again, Rob is one of our. In the last like few months, like the people that on Twitter who talk about the show say that when we talk to Rob, it's probably one of the more entertaining favorite conversations we have here, because it gets very, it's information comes out that we didn't plan to have come out, and he's led a fascinating life, and he's been very honest. So and we started out talking about vinyl. And I think I apologize, Rob. Did I make you watch this show? Because let me tell you something, dude. You nailed the problem with this show, the very first episode. The fact that, and Danny pointed this out too, they abandoned this incredibly rich world of stories. The fucking rock business, the music business in the 70s. You could say lawsuits and stuff, but there's ways to finagle stuff based on true, whatever. The stuff they refer to would be more fascinating if they did a full show about it. They hung that on a mob story. Basically, it became an episode of Law and Order, a typical mafia story in a movie, and not even a great one, when they could have went the other way. From the beginning, and
well, because we needed it to be great, It's
right.
It just seemed like, oh God, this is going to be great.
Oh my! You hear Cannavale, who, by the way, no matter what you say, in my opinion, any critic, Cannavale he's doing an amazing job. The guy's an actor and a half. It is tough to carry a show, and the amount of work, the amount of money they spend. You know, Rob, I read an article, and you know the business well. How much do you think they spent on the 2-hour pilot for vinyl? How much do you think HBO spent on it? I just know because I read an article.
This is going to be a stab in the dark because I haven't read that. I'm curious now. Let me think give me 10 seconds of our worst nightmare called Dead Air.
Don't worry about it.
All right, I'm gonna, because you read it, you have the figure, you know the number,
right?
I'm gonna say that was $6 million.
$30 million.
Oh my God.
Okay, which means you might be misjudging people's salaries. I think maybe.
Oh my God.
Well, first of all,
$30 million on the pilot.
On the pilot, 2 hour, because it was a 2 hour. It's like a movie, 2-hour pilot.
Oh my God.
And think about it though. I started to think about the sets, the actors they hired. You're talking about the New York doll scene alone. They rebuilt that place.
Right, that's true.
They collapsed it. They collapsed it. What if they bought the rights to the songs? What are we looking at? 50 million.
Yeah, right. Well, that's what we talked about the first time.
Exactly.
Yeah, they went cheap on the music.
So HBO needs this. I mean, they picked it up blindly because they almost had to justify their world. You know.
That's right. Yeah, right. The accountants must have made them give it a season.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. The hybrid of Scorsese and Jagger producing something, and Scorsese directing the 2-hour pilot. Cannavale, Mick Jagger's son doing something which is interesting. Ray Romano in an interesting role, and I think he's great. But and then you see it, and it's basically like you said. Like, first of all, you said the mob is taking the place of radio consultants who really ruin it. Explain radio consultants in a more interesting way than they do.
Right. Well, there's two lives in the radio business. There's life one when, like the best musicians, creative radio people went into a studio and made magic happen out of their heads and their guts. You know,
right.
They created radio the way you create the podcast, the way a musician creates a song.
Right.
Then the second version of radio comes after the consultants who turned it into this homogenized, sound alike, city to city to city.
Right.
It's, it really, the life got sucked out of it after maybe only the first 10 to 15 years when, people realized, like in a lot of businesses, that there was a lot of big money to be made. And there were always holdouts. There were always a couple of little islands, that existed with amazing talent and great radio stations, but very, very few. Most of them were just forced into submission, which
right.
was play these same songs and say these same liner cards. Who
did radio consultants work for? Who exactly were they?
Well, in most cases, the people that created that idea of a job were former radio program directors.
Right.
There were guys that had their hands on the wheel of one or two or three radio stations and somehow decided at a certain moment at the end of the 70s, the beginning of the 80s, these guys decided, hey, wait a minute, maybe if I cut my hair, I buy more expensive clothes than everybody else, and I get one of these really expensive briefcases, I can walk into the owners and the general managers and say, look, this Artie guy is a fucking disaster. I'm a businessman.
Right.
I'm gonna sit down and rein in all these assholes, and
And they work for the radio station. In other words, like the pig vomit character in Howard's movie, or Pig Virus, or the guys like that, where they said, "Look, I'll handle these people," and they said it to these big corporations that bought the radio stations, and corporate people were making creative decisions, and is that what you're talking about? Like, is that what these consultants?
Yeah, there were a number of layers, right? Like in any major radio station, that's not left of the dial, and public radio or college station, you've got an owner, that's the first suit, right? And you've got the station management, that's the second suit, like the Tom Chiasano, the general manager, who of course was the greatest suit of all time.
Yeah, I love Tom.
Then under Tom, you have another suit, which was, like the program director level, right? The person who, in WKRP had to put the sport jacket on, right?
Exactly.
But these consultants that you're interested in, these guys came in from the outside. They were kind of like, hey, I'm going to be the objective guy who's going to kind of be able to look. I don't have to sit here and work all day long on all these problems. I can just fly into Atlanta, stay in the most expensive hotel for one night, listen to all the shows, come in the morning, tell you what's fucked up about the radio station, and then guess what happens? Their flight, their food, somehow their drugs, their phone bill, everything that they spent to come to Atlanta is paid for by the people who run the radio station. And then they get to say, Artie sucks, we need a new morning guy. And then they leave.
That's unbelievable. That's so right. So, I mean, I got to tell you, I didn't realize how spoiled I was because I jumped on a bandwagon where the host of the show was so powerful. I was protected from all that. I may have told the story before. About a year into my tenure at the Stern Show, I was getting coffee during one of the breaks in the back there, and Chiasano, it was only me and Chiasano in the room, and I had a good relationship with Tom. But he came up to me and he said, "Listen, I just want to let you know some of the sponsors are saying we're afraid of Artie." He's a loose cannon.
You're too scary.
We're afraid of Artie. He's saying he's a loose cannon. He's saying stuff that's too crazy, and it could cost us money. I'm just letting you know that. So now in my head, I'm saying, is Howard saying this through Tom? I don't know what the hell to do. So my only thing I could do after a night of tossing and turning and losing sleep was the next day when Howard came in, I pulled him aside and told him. I said, "Listen, Howard, you got to let me know what's going on here." Howard hit the roof. He goes, "Be more,
right."
He said,
Of course, it didn't come from.
Well, right. So he said, he goes, "Be more edgy. Be more edgy. Go nuts." He goes, "Try to forget Tom said that to you. Why is he in your head? Why?" And of course, Tom got yelled at, and Tom then said to me, "Do whatever you want." So I had that protection. But if I didn't, I couldn't imagine the torture of and I love Tom, but I can imagine Tom or someone like him being my creative. Sort of, voice in my head,
It just so happens that in a world of suits, that guy is a legend, and Tom really is one of the best. But Howard is the ultimate hero because Howard's, really the only one,
right?
The alpha and the omega of standing up to management without fear. Everybody's always afraid to get fired.
Well,
and once you get over that fear, and that combines, of course, with his 900 other talents.
Yeah.
But once you get over that fear, you are the untouchable if you have the audience to back it up.
Right. Well, by the time I got to the show, he was a legend. So it wasn't even like. And you're right, getting fired helped him in his career. He played it like a fiddle. The FCC and I mean that happened a couple of times with the woman who cut Howard's hair would do my hair in the morning. Sometimes we actually goofed on it. My bald spot, she'd put pepper on my bald spot. She'd brown it up. And her name was Tony, English woman, Howard's personal hair person. She is such a sweetheart. What a doll. And we were in Vegas, the first time we were in Vegas, and the show was, I was doing well on the show, and it was obvious, and it was a lot of attention being paid to me, and it was a good time in my life. And she came up to my hotel room in Vegas for those Vegas shows to do my hair. She needed about 15 minutes. And I loved talking to her. And she said to me, she goes, because I was myself. I wore ripped Yankee shirts, and I went to work as if I was going to work at the port, loading a truck, and I just figured out how to be funny. She said to me one day in Vegas, she said, Artie, you should get with Ralph and maybe go shopping. And you're on TV. I know you've been on TV before, but you're always a character. You're yourself on TV. You should try to dress very nice, get some nice shirts and everything, collared shirts. So now, of course, I'm thinking, oh my God, Howard is telling me through this woman now that I need to dress. But I'm like, Howard wouldn't do that. But I'm always afraid Howard's telling me through somebody. So I went to I didn't know what to say, and I didn't want to throw her under the bus. Thank God she sort of did this for me. She went up to Howard, and I think she thought that Howard was going to compliment her. She said, Howard, I talked to Artie about maybe getting with Ralph and going shopping for shirts. And Howard looked at her and said, don't change a thing about Artie.
so beautiful.
Right, so then Tony came
so
to me.
great.
Tony came to me scared kind of and said, listen, just don't bring it up to Howard. He told me don't change a thing about you. And I said, I understand you were trying to help. Don't worry about it. And she was. And it never came up again. So I had that protection. Like, could you imagine without that protection, the world you're talking about, I have Tom giving me joke suggestions and other people telling me to buy shirts. Like, I'd have been shopping with Ralph. I'd have been shopping with Ralph.
It drives anybody crazy. It does.
Yeah, and it would have affected my performance. Crazy. Yeah, like I'm at a store in the Village with Ralph looking at collared shirts. I would have quit. So what you're saying is the mafia characters in this sort of are ruining the station in the way these radio consultants did, and that's what they're doing in vinyl, and it's false.
Well, they like everything in vinyl, it's cliched.
Right.
They turned everything into a cliche. Yes, you didn't make me watch the pilot, but you definitely made me watch the finale. So I watched it.
Well, I mean, again, I didn't want to.
I watched it a day or two ago, and I don't know what you thought about it, but honestly, like, I wanted to like it. I hated it. Yeah. The only thing I liked was Ray Romano. I thought
the Ray Romano storyline is really cool. Like that ending in Vegas, I got it. Me and Danny both said, "Wow, I didn't see that coming." And when Cannavale, really does an evil thing you could do to a friend, and then the storyline that runs through there is interesting. But Romano going to the Don, and that guy, both those mafia guys were like extras on The Sopranos. And now they're the main guys. And Romano's having that conversation with him. It's such a cartoon. He goes, Romano does that joke where like. He does the Godfather line, and he goes, the movie The Godfather, guys, I don't care for it. That's like a sketch or something. How does that belong in a show like
I was so bummed out that made it into the script.
How did it make it in? You're right. And
terrible.
It's like, terrible. That's the only way to put it.
Yeah.
It's like they're making a joke about The Godfather, and the guy's like, I don't care for it. How does that fit in this? The other thing is, you don't buy into the whole nasty bits thing, and first of all, that song isn't that great. Woman like you. I mean, I don't see. And they'd really call the cops after 3 seconds. And it was so contrived. And what about Terrence Winter getting fired? You saw that, by the way, right?
Yeah, I did. I saw that.
So do you think
it was
Terrence Winter?
Interesting that they.
Yeah. Do you think Terrence Winter? He's responsible for all that? Like he's the reason.
Well, I wouldn't be close enough to it to know, but let's just put it back in mob terms and say that somebody had to take the bullet, right? They knew that they had both a critical problem and supposedly a ratings problem too.
Ratings too, yeah. HBO's about to spend all this money on a second season. They already pick it up, and now they're in this deluge of, we got to change it. But how do you fix it? How do you fix it, Rob? I mean, as a creative guy, as an exec, how do you fix it?
It's trying to do so many things.
Yes.
And none of them feel like, I always start with the idea of like, who's the talent? And then who's the core audience? Like, who is this for? And it seems like music junkies should be the ultimate super fans of this show, So, like, how easy is it to get all this stuff right instead of, like the friggin' Hilly Crystal, like going, I think I'll call it CBG.
Okay, that was right out of. That's right out of.
the worst moment in the whole.
That's
thing.
right out of
It was
Forrest
just-
Gump. That's right out of Forrest. That's a Forrest
it was
Gump scene.
So lame.
Yeah, and it's
so
like,
lame.
are they really doing this? Like, you're gonna
Yeah.
you're gonna have music. What kind of music? Well, like that's how it happened. Come on.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It was terrible.
Oh.
And then the fake Ramones in the audience looking looking like an $8 Halloween costume.
First I thought it was Howard. I thought it was Howard, young Howard. Yeah, the Ramones and Danny. First of all, Danny told me a story. Is Danny right about this? Is the story of the Ramones where they saw a band in '73 that it can only be the New York Dolls that influenced them to be a punk rock band? Is that true?
Well, the Ramones. The funny thing about these years, the years are off too, because I think they keep saying that this show is supposed to be '73. The Ramones didn't start till later.
75, right? So the whole
end of '74,
right?
Is when they started. But so the years are all off.
But the New York Dolls were the first. They were the first to sort of do the punk thing and the makeup and
Iggy
too, right? Okay, right. Okay,
yeah, Iggy. It was great to see him out the last couple of weeks. It was really fun to see him back. You know,
that is nice actually, because that's a talented guy. That was one of the guys from that movement that truly was making great music and a true rebel. But yeah, right, because the Sex Pistols came in '76 and they were completely influenced by the Ramones, who were influenced by the Dolls. And it's documented that Sid Vicious loved the New York Dolls and Johnny Thunder. And all that stuff. But Dan, what were you saying? You said that the story was that the Ramones saw a band or something?
When he was on the podcast, didn't he say that they had gone to see a band? They had gone...
When who was on the podcast?
When we had one of the Ramones on.
Well, that was Marky. He wasn't an original.
Right.
Marky was not an original Ramone. He came in years later.
You were talking about the lure of the Ramones, and he said, yes, they had gone to see a band, if I remember the story right.
But he wouldn't have been there. Marky Ramone.
Well, he said it on the podcast, and I don't remember if he said it during when we talked to him for a long time off the air, and then we talked to him on the air.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. That would have happened. And you're right, Rob. It's like you could almost see the crowbar putting the Ramones in the in the audience. The Hilly Crystal thing. I said to Dan, that's like a bad Forrest Gump scene. And now you got these...
It looked like they bought like a beard like 3 seconds before they called action and threw this fucking like $5 beard on.
And the cartoon character. What about the cartoon character cops? What about these?
Man.
And the one guy goes, Holland Mullen? You call Holland Mullen? That one cop is like got that attitude. It's actually kind of interesting. But Bo Dietl. I love Bo, but what the I don't know. You're right.
Yeah.
And Rob, I got to tell you something. You nailed it the first show. Everything you said, and you said, I hope it gets better, but everything you said it went down the road you hoped it didn't go down.
Well, because so many shows do get better. Like everybody always forgets how long the greatest, most legendary series in television took to find their mojo.
Sure.
A lot of shows took a long time, So that's kind of where you and I and a lot of people, I think, were all the way back on Valentine's Day. Which seems like 1,000 years ago. It was only like 8 weeks ago, right? Where everybody thought, well, maybe this will find its way. And if this many of us are this pissed at a lot of the bad choices they made and they're still filming, then maybe they'll get their shit together. But obviously they didn't. I mean, it would be interesting. I'm not going to waste the time, but it would be interesting to see if there was any positive reviews of the finale, because I thought it was so bad.
There's not. The people were. It was really ravished. But here's what I think. I think Scorsese and Jagger got into it for a little while, and then these are such busy people. I think people who are so great when they first hit the scene, you could tell when their work starts to suffer is when they take on clearly too much stuff for money. Scorsese and
Oh,
Jagger
you mean like maybe their names were on it, but they didn't spend more than 16 minutes on the work?
Well, maybe the beginning they did, and then the first show, and then they think they said to Terrence Winter, "All right, it's all you, run with it," and they gave it to Terrence Winter. And Terrence, why would you not trust him? The guy is brilliant, and I don't want to fuck with Terrence Winter either. I love him, but and I don't know who decided to go this way, but you got to commit to something. I thought those mob guys, when I saw, first of all, that guy, the mafia guy, Carlos Corrado, whatever his name is, he's the guy on The Sopranos who Tony gave the curb job to because he messed with Meadow, and he put his teeth on the edge of a cannoli stand and knocked all his teeth out. When I saw those guys, I'm like, well, clearly, these guys aren't going to be a big part of it because they're not great actors. Or someone Scorsese. They're fucking like supporting players in it. They're like they got an enormous part. Olivia Wilde wasn't even in the last show.
No, that I noticed that too. I didn't realize it till afterwards. I was like, something's missing. Oh yeah, the lead actress.
The other thing is she's not. The other thing about Olivia Wilde is she's so gorgeous. I mean that's a legendary, stunning, exotic look. She's not that great of an actress. She's just not. I don't buy anything she says. I mean, I've seen her do comedy too, and it's even worse. But she's just not that talented of an actress.
I don't know. I've seen a lot of stuff that she's in.
Yeah, I've seen. She's in that magician thing with fucking Steve Buscemi and what's his face. It's terrible. Dan, you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, it's the
Burt Wonder, whatever.
No, is it Burt Wonderstone?
Yeah, that one. Yeah. Okay. So the positives are Cannavale's performance. It's you got to give, especially with that material. But again, I wanted to give you praise, Rob. I wanted you to come because I wanted to say you were right. You nailed it. And I don't know.
I hate being right that it wasn't good. Really, I wish it was great.
How could
did you read? Did you read this? I think the story came out maybe yesterday, that they're now going to take a crack at doing the MTV movie in this way. There was a book out on MTV.
How it started
about 4 or 5 years ago.
Okay.
So a press release came out yesterday that they're turning it into a movie, meaning they're going to cast, the MTV characters.
All the VJs and Tom Preston.
Probably so. Yeah, the book. I didn't get there till about the 7th or 8th year. The book is on the first 10 years.
I was going to say, who's going to play you? Who's playing you, David?
Yeah, that's what I said. I probably, I didn't factor in until the tail end of the book that they bought.
Yeah, but
they just announced that they're making that a movie yesterday.
Oh, no kidding. Well, I mean, who's doing it? Do you know what studio?
I don't have it in front of me.
Yeah, I'll check into that.
Yeah.
But, again, when you hear stuff like this, you just want it to be done properly because when something's done wrong, it really hurts the legacy of people. I don't know if Cannavale's based on somebody. I guess he isn't. But Jagger's kid is, again, I don't care about that band. And the storylines that seemed like they could have went an interesting way that they open up go nowhere, like the father. I thought we were going to see much more about the father. It gives him an alibi.
Yeah, he's a great actor.
Yeah.
I thought that was great. That was only one episode.
They open up that, they leave it alone. Sly and the Family Stone gets the secretary pregnant. Open up that, they leave it alone. So, like you just said, so many things they had to wrap up, and they came nowhere near it. And the big thing is the marriage of Cannavale and that woman. But the bottom line is they could hang this mafia plot on any business, anywhere. It's not unique to the rock business. And maybe Terrence Winter was a scapegoat. I hope not, but it's going to be a second season, and I know where Rob won't be watching.
Yeah, no, I did. I kind of gave up,
I
kind of gave up.
You should have.
Thinking it was going to leave me cold,
You should have. And listen, we'll see what happens. But imagine all that money you got. HBO is committed already, and I don't know why they're my new employers. I don't know why I should. HBO is great, brother.
Congratulations, by the way.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, listen, we're gonna be much more true to my story than they were to the rock and roll. I do play myself on it. So, Terrence Winter, keep your immediate paws away from me. Actually, Terrence Winter is I'm such a big fan of that guy, and he actually sent the note that he likes. Again, he sent me a note when I was at Stern that he liked Beer League a lot.
Wow.
Yeah, and so I don't know. Maybe they're giving him shit. But you nailed it, and I love you. And you know, come. I want you to come in live. By the way, you got to come in live and do an interview here, and we'll get a bite to eat.
The stories Rob could tell, or even toward the end of it, where I came in late 70s and early 80s when I was 15, they were unbelievable.
Yeah, but Dan, you tell a terrible story. The tangents you go off on. When Dan tells stories, like I asked Dan, you know, it's 420, the weed day. You know, Rob.
I do know that.
Okay. Do you know? Okay, Rob. Do you know why? Do you know what the 420 thing means? Do you know what it is?
It. I think the legend dates back to the Grateful Dead, doesn't it?
Okay, there you go. Okay,
yeah,
Danny, I never heard that.
Oriented.
Right.
By the way, for me, it has a double meaning. It's not only Happy Pot Day. It's the day that I was on Howard Stern. Today's my Stern anniversary.
It's Hitler's birthday too.
Oh God.
It's whose birthday?
Hitler.
Oh,
right. A lot of great things happen. But Dan tells me a story. It did go. The Dead is involved, but Dan just gives you bits and pieces. He goes, "Okay, here's the story. 4 kids in San Francisco. They smoked weed." And the time they would go get the weed at the specific place was 420. Mm-hmm. And there was a code word they used. And the one kid's father was a cop. So then basically that's what happened. I'm like, what? I go, why did anybody care? So then I have to pull it out of him. I go, why did anybody care about these kids? Oh, because the Grateful Dead got involved. Okay. Now I understand why. How did the Grateful Dead get involved? Because one of them knew a guy in the Dead and told them the story that they met every day at 420 and the kid's father was a cop. So that's all I know. Basically, Rob, by you saying it was about
Dan's telling this story like he's on speed, not pot.
Isn't that you're nervous in front of me?
Yes, because you shut down at some point, and then I realized I've lost the audience.
Yeah, but you really go on a tangent. Like he tells stories. Here's how Dan tells a story. If you tell Dan,
Rob, do you know who Woody Woodbury is?
The drummer for Bowie.
No.
Okay, Dan, don't open up these can of worms. Dan, nobody knows who he is. Dan, Woody Woodbury was Dan's favorite comedian.
No, he wasn't.
When Dan was a kid, he was in the Beach movies, and he wore a bathing suit and told risque stories. And if you Google him,
I collected comedy albums, Rob.
It just explains a lot. Yeah. It just explains a lot that you like Woody Woodbury. You know what? Listen to which podcast is that? Rob. Listen to the Woody Woodbury podcast before you come in again. It's like 2 shows ago, and you'll hear the whole. You'll love it. You'll love it.
Oh man!
But it's Mondays. Show.
The tangents Dan goes off on. If you asked Dan to tell a story about this, if he was on the Titanic and you said, "Tell me the story," you go, "Okay, we got on the Titanic." First of all, I always loved ships. When I was a kid, I liked ships. And I always said to my father, "Someday maybe I could be a shipbuilder." And so he said to me, "That's great." So when the Titanic came about, I always wanted to go on the Titanic. So we bought a ticket. I always loved tickets. When the thing about me and tickets, here's the thing about me and tickets, especially a ticket for a ship. So now you know I love ships and I love tickets. So when I held a ticket for a ship, it was very special to me. So we bought it for the Titanic. Now here, I always loved the word Titanic. Let me tell you why. Holy Christ! Just say the fucking thing in an iceberg and tongue. So by the way, Rob, you saying I think it's about the Grateful Dead is just as much information as Dan giving me the fucking. We'll get that whole story.
It's one of those great myths that just becomes much bigger than probably the actual origin story.
Well, it's funny though, Rob. The fact that it's about the Grateful Dead, I've heard a million theories about it over the years, and I never heard the Dead. It makes total sense the Dead would be involved. It's going to take 2 days, but I'll get that full story out of Dan, and we'll let you know.
I had the worst. I was so nervous the day I was going to go in and do Howard that at one point, I came up with this idea. I go, well, he's like, on the one hand, I'm coming in as the suit, right? The CBS president.
Because this was after I left, Rob. I had left. And,
it was after you weren't there.
Right.
Yeah. But then I thought, well, if I bring like a ceremonial joint, and present it, maybe that would like it. And then I thought, oh, that's like the hackiest, stupidest idea.
You know what, Rob? Good call. He would have hated it.
Oh, it would have been awful. So then it was the night before, and I emailed Kimmel, who's like my pal, and I said, like, okay, what's the best advice? He goes, the best advice, just be yourself.
Right.
So
Absolutely.
like,
No, just tell the story as it happened. And
Okay,
that's it. Yeah. But that is good. But Jimmy is giving you good. Like the thing I would tell comics who got nervous about coming on, I would say, listen, do not crowbar your act in ever. That's a common mistake made by great comics. Richard Jennings, God rest his soul, would do that. And Howard, in the news, he's crowbarring in a bit that he wrote.
Yeah.
And Richard was funny enough just to hang. Don't do that. And I said, the other thing is, you're working to an audience of one. Do not worry about what Tom, Robin, me, Fred, everybody in their car listening, the 20 million people. You are trying to make one guy laugh, and it's Howard. And that's it.
Yeah.
And I made Howard laugh. He accepted me, so the whole audience did. And that's what you have to do. And be yourself. That's it.
I get one of the first radio shows I ever did. One of my best friends was this lady named Cindy Balin. She was like a big jock in Boston at the time. And I was getting ready to do what was probably going to be like my first paid show. So she gave me this little picture of herself. And right before I left to go to the station, she goes, here's the best thing I could ever tell you. Put this next to the microphone. Talk to me.
Wow. Wow.
And it was great. It was great. It took away that whole artifice of,
that is cool.
Speaking to the whole world.
That's really cool. I mean, that's a nice thing. I had a girl do that too, and I tried it, but unfortunately, she looked like Bernie Sanders' wife. Holy Christ. Well, listen, I know why that guy wants to be president. He wants to be busy, out of the house a lot. No. Listen, Rob, we got to, please, let's try to get this on the books where you come in, and we'll have a nice chat in a more relaxed situation. Because technically, there's clicking. Do you hear the clicking on this microphone?
Yes.
It's terrible.
That's the phone.
Okay. Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, it hurts my ears. We got to fix that.
Just promise when I do come in, you're going to do more of your Uncle Frank and your construction stories.
I got to, dude, don't open that can of worms. I got a million of those.
I love that character.
See that guy? Much. What'd he say? Then what'd you say? Then what'd he do? Then what'd you do? Then what'd he say? What'd he say when you did that? He's a jerk off. Here's Uncle Frank. I'll give you this one, Rob. Here's my Uncle Frank giving you directions. Like, he would say, listen, you got to go down the shore and do this job. You got to frame a fucking house with this guy. Go down to Silverton. It's by Tom's River. I go, where's Silverton? He goes, oh, Jesus Christ. You never been to fucking Silverton when you were a jerk off? He goes, you go down the Parkway, you make a right. Just go down the Parkway, exit 82, you make a right. Just, I don't want to ask somebody. What do I give a shit? I want to do a bit, my Uncle Frank GPS. Like, you put it, where you going? Where you going? You going to a tanning salon? What are you, a fag? I ain't giving you directions to a tanning salon. Is there a deli near there? I'll tell you that. And you walk across the fucking street into a fucking fag tanning salon. That's my Uncle Frank. Okay, here's what you do. You get on fucking Sinatra Drive, who first of all was a jerk off. I met him on backstage. I met him backstage at Radio City to get a fucking big shot. I said, I'm with the Carpenters local, you piece of shit. I'll shut the fucking show down. Fucking got an attitude about me. I'm there with my Gumad. Whatever. Hey, you go down, you Sinatra Drive. We'll call that Jerk-Off Drive. You take Jerk-Off Drive, who thinks it's a big shot drive, and you make a right on 13th Street, which is good luck for you, asswipe. And there's a Sunoco station. You pull to the Sunoco station. There's a Puerto Rican kid owes me money. Ask him direct. He knows where everything is. Ask him. They say, hey, Juan. Hey, Juan. Where's the fucking tanning salon? I promise you, I could do it 3 hours of it.
That'd be great.
I love you, man. And real soon you're gonna come in here and we'll have a nice intimate talk, and I'm gonna get you a nice sandwich.
Nice.
All right.
All right, just don't smash my head at the end, Don't turn me into.
Dude, it'll be an honor. You're a good man, and you're always kind to me, and I appreciate it. And how's stuff going with your project? How involved with the damn channel are you now? How's that going?
It's year 10, man.
Yeah, it's great. I can remember the announcement.
It's year 10, so a little bit less of the day-to-day than I used to be on that, because I got a lot of other stuff going on I'm working on. But I'll tell you when I see you. But yeah, 10 years 10 years as a solo artist.
Listen, man, you're doing your thing, and when you come in here, we'll have some fun. And I got to give you props. You did nail this. I know you hoped you were wrong, but maybe they'll right the ship a little bit. But with the money,
you'll have to let me know.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You watching vinyl, you asshole? Fucking fuck, CBGB. What's that jerk off thing? You got me on a tangent. Fucking Dan telling me about 420. What the fuck, Jesus Christ? The Grateful Dead. I'm grateful if you shut the fuck up. That's how he talked. That's how he goes. Well, so one time someone asked him, they were doing someone asked him how to spell Mississippi or something, because my cousin was in a spelling bee, and he couldn't spell Mississippi, and he was upset about it. He was like 8 years old, and he was crying about it. He goes, "What do you give a shit? You're never going there." He goes, "Tell your fucking teacher with the Mississippi. You know what? I'm never fucking going there." Rob, I love you. Be well. We'll do this soon if you can.
Take care, guys.
All right? And,
all right. Thanks.
God bless.
You too. Bye.
Yeah, I love him, man. I do. Let's take a break.
Hey, everyone. It's Dan. We're going to wrap up the show here tonight. Tomorrow, Anthony Boza will be in. Coming up, either the end of this week or early next week, Michael McKeon will be on the podcast. Thank you to my buddy Rob Barnett and to Hanzi for answering the phone. We will